What is up guys, Andy Forrestine Runner here, back with a race recap of the Newent 9 2018, the last race of the year. Very sad, but pleased that we finished it in the way that we did. So before we get into the video, just want to say a massive thank you to all of you who have supported me on this journey this year in particular, not just this race but the whole year. It's been an awesome year overall. It's a shame the way that it's ended with some of the results we've had, but on the whole we have smashed PBs, broken down barriers that I never thought we could break down, and so I'm really grateful to all of you for sharing your comments and thoughts with me along the way. And in particular for this race, you guys have been awesome on all social media platforms, so thank you. I wanted to talk a little bit today about the before the race and the after, very quickly. I'll keep it brief because I don't want to waffle on too long. But the before was mainly hinging around Thursday. Thursday was going to be an easy run with 2x400 metre strides, not strides, 2x400 metre reps, sorry, just to get the legs turning over and seeing how I felt when I got that speed in. Unfortunately, well, I picked a route that had up and down. If you've seen the Newent 9 video race vlog that I did, if you haven't, you can go and check it out. Links up there or there, whichever side it appears. But the course is up and then down. And I wanted to get an easy run in that simulated that a little bit, just so that I got used to the up and the down. And on the easy run on the down, I let my legs go a little bit, picked up the pace just on the downhill to see how I felt, because pre-getting a stitch in every single race all the time, I used to get minor stitches going downhill. And as per normal, we got some discomfort. And I said to myself before I went out that Thursday evening, if I get any form of discomfort, that is going to mean that I'm just going to totally chill out on Sunday and have fun and enjoy it. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out conservatively, and then I'm going to see how I feel at the halfway point, and if I feel good, I will press on. So we had the discomfort on Thursday, unfortunately, which meant that I knew that I would have to push on from the second half of the race if I felt good. If not, I would just keep conservative. So race day came around. It was 11 AM start, so a bit of a late one, but it was perfect weather, and it meant we didn't have to get up too early, which was awesome. And I only live half an hour away from there, so it was nice and easy. The Newent 9 is always a fantastic race, and I will always give credit to the organisers. They did an awesome job. And so I normally run with sort of Lee and Corey. If they're there, we're all around the same time bracket. So I said to Corey, mate, you need to pace me today. Corey is an incredible runner. You've probably heard me talk about him in a few of my videos. He ran his 2:59 marathon back in Newport in May, which has qualified him for London, which is amazing. And he's just a really sensible runner. He starts off so level-headed. He doesn't ever get carried away. The gun doesn't go off and he doesn't bolt out the blocks. He gets into a rhythm and then he progresses from there. So I said to him, mate, you're going to pace me today and we're going to see how we go. So I went out with Corey from the gun. I was maybe a yard or two in front of him, but I kept turning around to make sure he was there, to know that I was not going off too fast. And we got the first, you start on a field, you run around the field, out onto the roads, and then it's roads from there on in. It's the first half is uphill, the second half is downhill. So got out onto the road after we got off the field, made sure he was there, and I ran the first mile with him. I felt good, I felt breathing was under control. Even though we were going uphill, it was a good solid effort, but it wasn't too taxing, which was perfect. My watch went off at 6:20 for the first mile, and I felt to myself at the time, being completely honest with you, because I love being open and honest, I love getting comments back about my honesty. I was intending on being paced by Corey for the first couple of miles, really, almost until the halfway point, which is at the top, and then if I felt good, I'd go from there. Well, 6:20 came around, and I knew last year that I ran around that same time, and I thought to myself, oh, is this a bit too conservative? There was a group in front of me, another 3 or 4 runners, and they were I felt that it was too easy. So I kicked on at mile 1. I felt good, so I thought, okay, let's push on a bit, let's progress. So I went round those runners, got myself into second place, and off I went. Next mile clocked at 6:09, and this is still going mainly uphill. So I was like, okay, this is good, this is better. This is kind of where I want to be sitting. I'm working hard going uphill, but I'm still feeling comfortable. And then I heard some breathing behind me. I turned around, Corey was there. So this is what I mean. Corey's brilliant at pacing, because we got to the 2 mile point pretty much at the same time, but he just was a bit more patient on that first mile to get to where I was. So we hit 2 miles together, and bam, I felt some discomfort in my stomach. I felt the first lightning sort of pain, and I vowed to myself that I would finish this race. So what I did is I just eased off the gas a bit in order to salvage the race. I thought, no, we're going to be sensible, we're going to ease back, go through our checks, are we upright, how's our breathing, all of that stuff. And I felt confident that I could get rid of it. So I just chilled out for about half a mile, and the stitch kind of subsided, and I was like, yes, this is good. Okay, I don't mind that I'm not going top speed. I mind that I can manage the race, and it was all about race management from there on in, and we nailed it. So after that that half mile, 2.5 miles, I ran comfortably to the top of the hill, down the hill the other side, and then onto the first main long drag of a downhill. By that point, I was feeling good. I was running with Corey. We were running well together. We were kind of pacing each other, pushing each other along. And then mile 4 and a bit came, and bam, it came back. I noticed I picked up the pace. I clocked to 5 something? I can't remember. 5 something mile. Pace, as I said, it picked up, and I got another lightning pain, so a bit of light cramping. So I thought, okay, ease off. By which point Corey then had pulled away from me whilst I was easing off. So I basically just kind of eased off for half a mile. It was still kind of, it shows as downhill on the route, but it doesn't really feel too downhill when you're running it. So I eased off for another half mile, just got it all back under control, let the pace drop a bit through 4.5 to 5 miles. And then by mile 5, the pain had gone again, and I thought, okay, you've got less than a mile to go now, you can kick on. And I put in a strong final mile, by which point Corey was too far ahead of me to try and catch. And to be fair, he just ran the most solid race. It was absolutely fantastic, and I was so chuffed for him because he came second. He did really, really well, and it just was strong from start to finish, and I was so chuffed for him. And by the point of 5.25 miles, when there was less than 3/4 of a mile to go, I felt, right, sod it, there's no pain, there's nothing, there's minimal discomfort, you've got 3/4 of a mile, just go for it. So I put the hammer down, I finished strong, I had a good last mile. I will put all the splits on screen for you anyway, so you can see how it all panned out. And we finished 5 seconds slower than last year, which I'm a little bit annoyed about. However, I have to take into case circumstances, obviously with pace management and also going out a bit conservatively. So I'm not going to get too hung up on the time. We came 3rd overall, and just to be honest with you, overall delighted that I finished the race in the way that I finished the race, because, you know, I approached it with negative clouds and thoughts over my head, thinking, oh gosh, you know, I want to just enjoy today, I hope it doesn't happen. And I didn't let my emotions get the better of me, which I'm really pleased about. I let my emotions kind of stay settled, stay calm, just manage to stitch. And we got through the race. So it was a great way to end the year, and as I said, a great way to kind of wrap up everything. And I think I'm going to do another video in December talking about my whole year in whole as racing and how I feel overall about it. But that was the race, to be honest with you guys. And the aftermath of that now is that I'm going to be working hard on strength and conditioning now until December. So I'm going to be back up at the gym at least twice a week, which is going to be awesome, because I really felt the benefits of that throughout the summer. And since my wife had her foot operation, it's been very difficult to get to the gym, and I do feel my form's getting a little bit sloppy again. So definitely, as of this week, we're getting back on there. Winter running and strength training starts now. So that's where we're at. And as with regards to the stitch issue, we've ruled out food. The gluten-free was great, but that hasn't sorted the issue. We've ruled out breathing, because I wasn't breathing hard at the Newent 9 at all. I was feeling good, I was feeling controlled. I'm nowhere near the breathing levels that I have been in the past races, so it's not that. So the next thing I'm going to be tackling is posture, getting back to the gym, strength and conditioning, stretching out. I will say to you that last night, and I have no idea if this has any correlation to what's been going on, but just in here at the top of my pecs are excruciatingly sore. And I mean, I got one of those lacrosse balls with the spikes on it, and I put it on there, and I was in tears. I'm not joking, I was in tears. It was so painful. So I spent 10 minutes on each side last night massaging out the pecs. They're so sore today. But of course I do wonder, with it being here, if they're tight and knotted, that's going to pull my shoulders in, pull me over, my breathing. And actually, having spent last night working on them, today my shoulders feel so loose. So I'm going to be going out for a 6 mile easy jog shortly, and I will see how I feel. But obviously the next step is going to be posture. From there we'll be seeking some advice from probably Chris to see what's going on. So that is the race wrap up. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. I hope it gives you a bit more of an explanation as to what went on. I appreciate it if you're still here at this point in the video. If you did enjoy it, please do give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for weekly running content. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time.